So here we have a PE4000 truck. This is a 4000 because the 4500 has the display right here. So this is a 4000. 4000, open the doors. We have the DC motor. As you can see, the brushes down there don't look too bad, but the armature is burnt up and it needs to be replaced. So what we're going to do is disconnect the brake assembly and remove the motor. So here's the brake assembly. You got 3 screws right here. So we're going to remove those 3 screws and take the drum off. So get you a 7/16 socket and remove those screws. So now with the drum off, there's a snap ring that goes here. So get your set of snap ring pliers, remove that, and take a screwdriver and kind of tap it in between this line right here. Because underneath the bottom is a Woodruff key. You have to remove it. So let's go ahead and take that off. And then remove the keyway. It's always good to replace these anyway. And then remove, there's 2 screws right here. This is going to be for the top part of the drive motor. So remove that one. And then remove this one here. Got that off the side. Now we turn the motor around on the other side. Remove the power cables. And on the bottom of the motor, there's 2 screws right there. One here, and one on that side. So you got to remove those screws. Then use a 9/16 socket. And as you can see, the motor's tilted down. So all you got to do is give it a little lift, pull it out. And that's it. On the inside of the drive unit, you'll have, you can see the steel gear right there. So just make sure there's nothing damaged. And if you can see right there, there's like an O-ring that needs to be replaced. Now let's turn the drive unit. Now on the installation part, there's an oil seal back here. So I went on and removed it. And we're going to replace it with a new one. So clean up this area and install a new oil seal. Now sometimes, depending on the availability of parts, you might have 1 or 2 oil seals that you carry. So what I like to do is install the motor first, then replace this last. That way you're not damaging it when you're trying to install the motor. So we'll put the motor in first, and we'll put the oil seal in afterwards. So we cleaned up the motor area, and we're going to install a new gasket. New gasket installed. So here's the new motor. So what we have to do is take the gear shaft off the old motor. So let's do that right quick. The old shaft is off. Don't forget the keyway. Don't forget the snap ring. Now the gear shaft is installed along with the snap ring. So let's install a motor. And I like to use a little red Loctite. It's best for oil consistency. You don't need much. And remember I was telling you about holding off on replacing the oil seal. So let's make sure that we get that shaft in there straight before we install it. So we got our screws lined up. So we tighten them down. Then we spin the motor around, put these two screws in. Okay, well now we get them screws in. We'll turn it back around. Tighten the lower screws and then attach power cables. That's it. Cables on this side, Mr. Starr. Cables on this side. Now let's install a brake assembly. First we look at the shaft, make sure the shaft is nice and straight. Then we're going to install that oil seal. Because we don't want nothing to leak. If you don't install that oil seal, it's going to leak around here. So let's do that now. I'll show you a little trick. So what I like to do is get the oil seal and look at the size. So typically I'll find like a large impact socket. This happens to be 1 inch. That fits flush on there. That way, when you install it, it's going on even. Get your impact, just tap it on there. Tap in with a soft hammer. Tap it on there flush. Make sure that it's always smooth down. And that's it. Now let's install the shaft and the new keyway. It's always best to replace that. Keyway installed on the lower shaft. That's it. Put the snap ring around here. Now install a brake drum. So you want to release the brake pressure on the pads. So just pull the control handle down like this. And you'll see the pads move. You see how they move? That way it makes it easier to get the drum on. Put the drums on, release the brakes. See the handle move. Release the brake. Push the brake up. Parking brake set. Tighten up the screws. And that's it. Plug the truck in. The key switch on. In this case, the toggle. And let's see what it does. That's it. And that's how we install drive motor on the PE4000 truck. If you like this video, please subscribe. And as always, thanks for watching.